morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. We are the Group 5 presenters. I am Eden Hannah Ansing, and I will going to introduce to you the following presenters this morning. So the first presenter would be Miss Irene Gadi, and she will discuss about the kinds of constructivism, which is the moderate constructivism, and she will also discuss the effects of constructivism. The second presenter would be Miss Nika May Ontulan, and she will present the kinds of constructivism under the radical constructivism and socio-cultural views. The third presenters would be Miss Angelo Escalante. She would present the kinds of constructivism under sociology of scientific knowledge and social constructivism. The fourth presenter would be Miss I.C. Sumailo. She would present the influence of these views on mathematics research education. Education research. And lastly, I would present the implication of constructivism for teaching and the additional implication for teaching by von Glasersfield's 1993. I hope your cooperation through listening while the presenter discuss the different kinds of constructivism. And thank you and welcome Miss Irene for her presentation.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmate. This is Irene Gadi, BSED Mathematics 3 under the group of Eden Hannah Ansing. So for today's presentation is that we will going to explore the word constructivism. So first is, what is constructivism? Constructivism, according to my research, is the theory that says learners construct knowledge rather than just passively think in information. So it means that learners or every individuals construct their knowledge from the experiences they have been experienced. Those experiences that engrave in their soul, those experiences that value for who they are, is where they construct their knowledge, which is very helpful to them because learners is just not seek in information from the class. So next is I will going to introduce with you the kinds of constructivism. Discuss this kind of constructivism from two perspectives. So the first is the influence of others on individual knowledge construction, and the second is the relationship between knowledge and the external world. So there are 5 kinds of constructivism. First, moderate constructivism, radical constructivism, sociocultural views, sociology scientific knowledge, and the last is social constructivism. So my part is moderate constructivism. So what is moderate constructivism? So in the PDF, it means that it has nothing to say about the influence of others on an individual's knowledge construction and the relationship between knowledge and the external world. So my understanding, this moderate constructivism means that your construction of knowledge is not influenced by those by others, by individual. It is not influenced by the external world. This kind of experiences where you construct new knowledge is not that meaningful to you. It can be forgotten knowledge, experiences. It is not engraved in your soul, this kind of experiences, this kind of hardship that build who you are. So in short, this kind of knowledge is enough knowledge, enough construction of knowledge for you, but very helpful too. So that's all for my part. And then next I will going to give this new explanation to my co-members, which is Nika P. and Talan. Thank you.
Radical constructivism. Knowledge is not passively received, but rather actively constructed by the individual. The function of cognition is adaptive in the biological sense, tending toward fit or viability. Cognition organizes the experiential world, but does not allow discovery of objective reality. Radical constructivism concentrates on the individual cognizing subject. Others are one of the many influences on knowledge construction. It does not deny the existence of an external world, but denies the one's knowledge can objectively reflect it. It replaces truth with viability but accepts certainty in abstract mathematics. Radical constructivism. Radical constructivism, according to Ernest von Glasersfeld, information is not simply passed from the teacher to student. The student will always build knowledge with their own experiences and ideas. The student will learn by experiencing of knowing. This means the student building their knowledge by experience as they learn what is mistake and what is right. As their teacher did not discourage them by pointing that their answer is wrong based on the textbook, as all answers of the student are right. The student will learn to reflect on the situation they are facing on. Reflection is a process of learning as they consciously learning to do better to the next level. This means they learn in their experience of the situation as they are reflecting on the wrong and right as they will be encouraged to do better next time. In sociocultural views, according to Les Vygotsky, learning has its basis in interacting with other people. Once this has occurred, the information is then integrated on the individual level. This means student learning and understanding enhanced by interaction with other people. Students develop their values and beliefs through interaction within social group and participating in cultural events. Student interaction influences their cultural beliefs and attitudes. Also, students guided by their parents and teachers to develop their psychological growth. Sociocultural views, learning and understanding are seen as inherently social and cultural. Influenced by Vygotsky, who maintained knowledge appear twice, once between people and then internally. Sociocultural views can be seen as complementary to radical constructivism. Each tells a half-good story. The next reporter will be Angelo Escalante.
So now we're going to discuss about sociology of scientific knowledge and social constructivism. So sociology of scientific knowledge, it is similar to radical constructivism but focus on societal or public knowledge. It considers science and mathematics to be intrinsically flawless. Many mathematicians and scientists hold the following ideas which are likely to be contradictory. According to Kant's 1992 Harvard lecture that I am among those who are found the claims of strong program SSK absorb an example of this construction gone mad. So next is social constructivism. So social constructivism, this isn't a point of view on knowledge construction. It is like SSK or sociology of science knowledge, and it considered mathematics to be fundamentally faulty. According to MS 1991, Dennis and the existence of truth and redefines objective as a socially agreed upon. And social constructivism that implies specifically to mathematics education maintain that mathematics should be tough, emphasize problem solving, that interaction should take place between teachers and students and among students themselves, and students should be encouraged to create their own strategy for problem solving situation. So that's all. So our next reporter will be Miss Icy Sumailo.
So good morning, ma'am, and to all of my classmates. I am ICB Sumailo, DSN Math 3, and I am going to discuss what influence do these views have on mathematics education research. So the influence that these views have on mathematics education research was most of the researchers would investigate the same question. So whatever they assume about the relationship between knowledge and the external world, and it also helped the researchers to land a better understanding of mathematical thinking and use such knowledge in practice, learning, and teaching mathematics. However, the views of influence on knowledge construction has two effects. So first is the radical constructivist researchers tend to focus on the individual learning. So usually they use the case studies, clinical interviews, and teaching experiments with the one-on-one student interview. So second is the socioculturalist tend to focus on how knowledge is produced when people interact with each other or interact using ethnographic methods. So you have to look at the people of their cultural settings, or it can be made by observing the classroom. And that's all po in my discussion. With us here, Miss Eden Hannah Ansing for implication of constructivism on teaching.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. So my presentation this morning would be about the implication of constructivism for teaching and additional implication for teaching by Von Glaserfields, 1993. Implication of constructivism. What is implication and constructivism? So implication is the action or state being involved into something and constructivism is the theory that says learners construct knowledge rather than just passively take in information, according to the explanation of Miss Gadi a while ago. So it means that what are the implications of constructivism for teaching? So there are three implications of constructivism for teaching. The first one is that people construct their own knowledge. It means that a teacher or a future teacher, as a future teacher, through constructivism, we can create our own knowledge. Second one is suggest teaching includes arranging situations to facilitate construction, in which we will go in teaching processes. We should first make an objectives on what we are going to explain, so that we or have a step-by-step way of teaching the learner for you to able to teach it efficiently. And the last one is teachers can't transmit knowledge directly to students. It is because through the implication of constructivism, we first create knowledge, and then second, we're going to arrange it. For example, we're going to create a lesson plan before directly or before sharing or transmit this information to the learners. So this only can be done through mental processes, in which we're going to reflect or perhaps in action. So in order for us to learn or understand and to to construct more knowledge. So, this only can be done through mental processes including reflection, perhaps and action. So, it suggests that anything encouraging more or better reflection may be helpful, such as reading novels, problem solving, extended projects, and the engendering cognitive conflict. It's engendering to produce or to cause cognitive conflict means to create problem and developing student anatomy. So, this is how we construct ideas. So, from the old knowledge is used in constructing a new knowledge. So, it suggests that it is important to keep track of what students really know and understand, in which it turns into the 3-point suggestion to keep track of what really the student know and understand. First, teaching cannot be separated from or ignored learning. So, it means that the teacher job is to teach and student job is to learn. Sometimes it is misleading, and teachers cannot really cover the material independently from students. The second one is teacher-student communication should be two-way, not only one or one way. So, lecturers should be interspersed with opportunities for teachers to find out what students know and for students to encounter constraints of their construction, according to Bettencourt 1993. And the last one is, it is useful to assist students' conceptual understanding and problem processes in addition to correct on of their answer. The additional implication for teaching, according to Von Glasersfield 1993. So the first one is, students are sense maker. Since students are sense maker, we should take seriously about their answers. And number 2, asking students how they came their answer is a good way of getting at their thinking. So, third one is, successful thinking should be rewarded, even when based on acceptable premises. We will acknowledge the student achievement by answering a correct answer and exact answer. And even if most of the students cannot give an exact or right answer, let us acknowledge them also that in next time they will able to participate and have a progressive learning. Additional implication for teaching is that the teacher must show a students what's adequate about a piece of work and why. So this is very important in mathematics, usually in mathematics problem solving, because there are many ways of answering a problem, but it should be based on based on how did the teacher discuss, so that the student should have a way or a process, an easy and efficient way on getting the right answer. And the last one of the additional implication is that never present a solution as the only solution. It is no use presenting students a verbal definition unless they have an opportunity to have some kind of relevant experiences. Who maintain knowledge appears twice ones between people and then internally. That would be all about the implications of constructivism for teaching and a additional implication for teaching by von Glaser-Fields, 1993. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you and God bless.
Effects of constructivism. In the PDF, it has encouraged and legitimized two shifts in emphasis. So, first is in mathematics, education research from directly observable features to implicit ones involving what's going in students' mind, and in teaching from answers automated procedures and transmitting information to problem-solving processes, conceptual understanding, and facilitating learning. So, in short, the effects of constructivism is that it transforms the student from a passive recipient of information to an active participant in the learning process. And that's where the end of our discussion. Good day, Mom, and good day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.